How on a day, my beautiful and amazing people? I salute you according to the time. Depending on where Natanda they listen to us, I welcome you to this beautiful day with another delicious information. My people, now well done, now welcome. Wonder shall never end. After all rattling and making noise, DPA had begun to cool down, began to raise emotional blackmail on people right now, talking like a good people. Right now, he's now presenting his case like a human being, begging people for support right now, explaining to people. See, the problem we have is that all the people where they support our royal queen, in all the people where they drag our royal queen rather, their what they call it, their explanation is they explain tire. I talked to this man that time. I commented on his page, and I said, Oga, you go complain tire. Time never reach you when you go begin the complain. Right now, all the DPA members are withdrawing one after the other. He keeps writing every day, telling people that a lot of people are still with him. That is emotional blackmail. Nobody is with him. He's just trying to fake it. So people have withdrawn. People have discovered that he's a disbagba lawyer. People know that he can't stand for them. Yes, he may have an advice to give. Anybody can give advice. You understand? But people have discovered that now lie the man they license and na impersonation they do. He has been disbarred, and there is an evidence to that. We have the letter flying around the social media of the signed by the registrar, a supreme that has a Supreme Court letter headed paper going around the social media when the order that stopped him from parading himself as a lawyer. And whenever that is done, some people can stay 10 years, some people can stay 20 years before they will reapply to be reinstated. Reinstatement into the bar is not very easy, and it depends. It has to take time. They have to consider the gravity of the offense you committed. Going by what he did and going by his actions, all this while he has been disbarred, I don't think they may accept him again, so it's not going to be possible. So he is out, and he is out. Now, after rattling for many years, some few hours ago, this is what the Disbagba lawyer said. He said, a lawyer's what nightmare. A lawyer's worst nightmare that nobody sees. Now, you are now trying to convey the information in a way that you should have started before. You say a lawyer's role is to control and guide their client, ensuring they comply with the law, like a chairperson, like a chaperone leading a child across a busy street. To avoid an accident, a lawyer guides a client away from violating the law, a crucial duty when the client is already facing legal challenges. But what happens when the client reverses the rules? Instead of following the counsel the following okay, instead of following counsel, the client begins to control the lawyer and even pushes them to break the law. I don't think Queen ever controls or pushes you to break the law. I don't think, because one, you were not defending our royal Queen at the court. You were not standing with her. You don't go to court with Queen. You don't go to court with Queen May. Rather, what you do was to create content with the proceedings, with outcome of the law of the case. While others are in court, following up the case, you are on social media getting information from your lawyer there and using it to create content, using it to earn views on YouTube and on Facebook so that you can make money. That was what you were doing. So you were not being controlled by Queen, but rather you were using Queen to make money. You understand? So don't say that. Okay, remember, a crime isn't always murder or arson. In Nigeria, bullying, including spreading false information, is a crime that carries sentence of up to 10 years in prison. Also in America, where part of the bullying took place, it is also a serious crime. I don't know who is bullying who now, because all this while it was Emeka that's bullying Queen May, and nobody has heard any information of what Queen May said about him. And I don't think Queen May will ever respond to him, because levels no be the same. They know they're the same level, you understand? So he can go ahead and be bullying the woman that he is bullying, but Queen May is not interested in bullying him. This is the only time I see a man who is so comfortable challenging and quarreling with a woman, bullying a woman, common woman. Well, the woman is not an ordinary woman, Sha. Is a strong woman, and that's why the presence of our royal queen is carrying him so much. So, but all these lies of Emeka has already been discovered, and he has nothing to say about them again. Okay, let me continue with Emeka's comment and all this manipulation on social media. So, if a client manipulates his lawyer into engaging in such bullying, that lawyer is in serious danger. The law will hold the lawyer responsible, not the client's faceless supporters. The lawyer must run, especially upon realizing he has already been used. The client he was sworn to protect has now made him legally liable. You are a liar. Nobody used you. Who used you? You see, at first, you carried yourself into the case. At first, you begged to be part of the case. And she accepted you. How do you now say you are used when you, at first, you were the one longing for the job? You are the one trying to be part of the success story of this woman. You are the one trying to make name and fame with this woman. Then you are talking about used. Who are you to be used? Who do you think you are that Premier can use you? That's not true. Yet, bound by duty, the lawyer stays, okay? Most especially upon realizing that he has already been okay, the client has, okay. Yet, bound by the duty, the lawyer stays. He devises a strategy for them to escape the situation. But the client will not listen. Instead, the client supporters start a campaign to smear the lawyer's name. The lawyer begs his client to say something, anything to call them off, but the client does not care. He is utterly indifferent to the lawyer's fate. After a month of relentless abuse on this, let me even leave this side first and talk. When you start dragging content with people, there is nothing like supporters of Queen May dealing with you or having issues with you. It is you dragging content with bloggers. We're not talking about Queen May supporters, bloggers. When bloggers will say you say this, when they say this, you say this, when they say it in their own way, when they market the product in their own way, you are trying to bring the product in another way. For Christ's sake, did anybody hire you to come and drag bloggers? Did anybody hire you to come and be challenging bloggers? Nobody wins a case with a blogger if you don't know. You drag people who propaganda is their food. You drag people who eats on propaganda. Or you don't know. You start dragging bloggers. That's you want to drag the woman into what it. How can you expect Pime to start talking to bloggers on social media? Most of them are faceless. Most of them are real. Most of them show their face, and you want to see you are working against your client. Emeka, why don't you come out and tell people that you failed in your responsibility? In fact, I don't believe you're a lawyer because you are unethical in your actions. You are very, very unethical. How can you leave the case and start dragging with bloggers on social media? Bloggers that you only see that if they do anything wrong, you challenge them in the court. How can you just come and sit down before the camera, on ring light like a blogger, and be dragging them? When we talk this, you talk that, they talk that, you talk this, and you want the client, you are calling your client to come and join you in dragging bloggers by making statement on that? You don't know your job. Just accept it. You actually don't know your job. Because if you know your job, you wouldn't have gone through that part. That was the wrong path you followed. You made the mistake. Now, they went and dug out some things that many people do not know about you. Personally, I don't know about you. I don't even know you before, Queen May. So there are many things that people don't know about you. When you start dragging with them, they now dug out things and start spreading on social media. You now call the woman that was not part of what you're doing, or does not even know what you're doing, we now come to defend you in your own mistake. You better face your music. So you don't drag her into what she does not know. You say after a month of relentless abuse, the lawyer decides to walk away. He resigns, hoping for peace so he can move on with his career. But the betrayal deepens. The client incites his supporters to use fake account to bully the lawyer, lie about him, attack his business, harass his staff, and target his client, all in an effort to utterly destroy him. Now I ask you, what should the lawyer do? Put yourself in his shoe. You are a liar. This is not how it happened. You just fabricated all this lie. You see, a lot of people were saying there were people who know you who say you lie so much, and they said so many things about you and the way you lie and the way you have lied in different cases before, and people didn't believe that. Now you have shown that you are a bloody liar, Mr. Mecca. Very bloody liar, because all they look at how you are putting this thing, you are just emotionally blackmailing people. This is wrong. This is totally wrong. This is not what happened. Thank God all of us are on social media seeing you. You were dragging with some, I don't want to mention the name of the blogger. You were dragging with people. You were, because they were spoiling your business. You left the job you came to do for Queen May. Nobody invited you. You invited yourself. You attached yourself to Queen May. You started what nobody gives you. You gave yourself a job and started doing, you even left that job and was making content, creating content and making money. You were interested in content money. And when the people were spoiling your content, because it's not, you were asking people to register. What has Queen May's case to do with registering to get information about Queen May's case? What kind of thing is that? You ask people to be registered 1,000 naira tips to get this thing, and they say they have the evidences. That was what they were accusing you for. And now you are calling Kwame into what you do. Are you submitting the money to Kwame? Why don't you tell the whole world what you were doing with the 550? Why are you dodging the what caused the problem? Why? Why are you telling lies against a woman that never offended you? Why are you telling the lies against somebody who just on his own, on or her own, and you carry your own makusa and come to her? Why are you telling such a bloody lie? Wow. Emeka, is that you? Emeka, is that you? Is that really you? My people no be smart, This man can do anything. If he can tell lies in this kind of case, he can do anything. He can do anything. You say you resigned, you walk away. You want to tell the world you resigned, walk away, and keep quiet, and the woman start dragging you. No, now. You started working for other people. You contacted all the people that are against this woman, started working with the haters, started dragging the woman immediately while you are still working for the woman. You didn't do well. You have yourself to blame. You cause your problem. You are the one to blame. So don't even blame Queen May. Thank God the woman does not even respond to anybody and will not even respond to you. I must hit my chest and tell you this, Emeka. From what I've seen you've done, you will find it very difficult to get a job in Nigeria. Because right now everybody knows you that you are not straightforward. You find it even those who would have recommended you before, who thought you were doing a very good job with Queen May, who used to hold you at a high esteem, who respects you so much, it's no longer interested. There are people who are ready to recommend so many people to you, but I can't do that again. No. You may say you don't need them, can't pay your services. That's our nonsense. It's just because you are angry. It's just because you don't know what you're talking about. You have demarketed yourself so much on social media with this kind of ranting you were doing. People, if you had even walked away that time, because at that time people didn't know what was happening. Many people didn't know what was going on inside. You started. If you had not started talking, if you had just walked away and kept quiet without attacking this woman, without talking about the case, without doing anything, you would have been a very proud man right now. Your shoulder would have been high. But you started dragging who did not drag you. You started trying to attack a woman that is on her own. That is where you messed up the whole of your business. That's why you messed up the whole of your career in this social media. I don't think that what you've caused yourself can be taken away, can be wiped out of you in the next 50 years. I'm telling you the truth. You may not know. I don't know whether you even know what you're doing. You don't know the impact of social media on your job. You don't know. You have just messed up yourself. Well, I know that you are so desperate that when I see how you were dragging and going around talking, I know that this man is so much desperate. And I knew you are going to fall into trouble. And now you are falling into trouble. You are in a very serious, because at first, when the whole thing started, nobody was blaming you. At first, when it started, you were having issue with that blogger. Nobody was disturbing you. People were like, why is this man doing like this? Why this woman doing like that? Why this person doing like this? Or why is this person doing like this? Nobody knows who is doing it. But people are saying, why is it? If it had ended at that level, you would have found at least people who say, but now, not like that. Until you start blowing lies, messing up the whole thing. You lost a lot. I tell you, if you can check yourself very well, you will see that you have lost a lot of membership. Some people are there stagnant, are not going to do anything or say anything because they don't trust you again. Even though they have already invested their money, but they don't trust you again. What they will do is just to remain there and see that, well, what can we do again? Nothing. We have already entered. We are in it. We are in it. There's nothing we can do. That is the fate of so many people there. But I tell you the truth, Emeka, I tell you the truth, TBA, DPA, you have finished yourself. Well, you will tell us that you are in America, you are in US, and we know how it has been to you in US. It is not very easy. And we have a lot of lawyers in US, not to talk of someone who is already having an issue here. Well, you can do any minor job or any menial job there. You can do any odd job and make money, at least to find food and eat. But the truth of the matter is, the way people respect you when before, the way people revere you and your job, the way people believe in your suggestion and in your contribution, the way people believe in your assistance, believe in your services, especially legal services before. Nobody can ever believe in you now. If you don't know, you don't know. You have just messed up the opportunity you have to become great in Nigeria. It would have been after November 10, if the court case ends that day, you would have been celebrated so much, but just a few times at the door of your firm, at the door of your breakthrough, you spoiled everything. And that is why I'm so much angry with you, because you didn't do well. Why did you bite the finger that feeds you? You may not understand. Or the finger that's preparing to feed you more. You bite that finger. And that's why you're going down. Remember, no amount of emotional blackmail can succeed, because many nations know themselves and they know who they support. Nobody can cajole them into what they don't want to do. My people no be smart, Now so they just reach our table as make a touchlight and with you. Like and share this video, and God will bless you. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please try to subscribe. All our returning subscribers, we say una well done, my people, now welcome. Make una have a nice day. Bye.